Thank you, Mark, and hello from London. There have been a few interesting technical patterns this past week. I'll start with the only one I follow that was a weekly key reversal down, and that was US dollar against the Indian rupee. You can see and hear more about this on any of my daily Forex commentaries as I cover it more in depth there. The rest were weekly key reversals up, and they were an interesting bunch, mainly split into two camps. Stock indexes in both US markets and various international markets, plus a second camp of base metals and a third single one of Bitcoin, which I will deal with at the end. In the stock index camp, we had weekly key reversals up in E-mini S&P futures, the Nasdaq Composite Index, the Nasdaq 100 Index, the Chinese Chinex Index, plus the Shanghai Composite Index. But interestingly, not in the Chinese CSI 300 Index, which can go a long way to explain the actions that have happened since in all of those. Going international again, we also had a weekly key reversal up in the French CAC 40 futures. Now I cover the E-mini S&P futures and the French CAC 40 futures each day in my daily market video commentaries, so you can see what I meant there and also what has happened since. Okay, so over to the base metals. We had weekly key reversals up in LME copper, nickel and lead. Now I cover LME copper each day in my daily video commentaries, and I covered LME nickel and lead in my weekly metals video commentary made yesterday. I'll be happy to send on links to those and other technical analysis on the previously mentioned weekly key reversals to anyone who's interested. Okay, so that covers all but Bitcoin. Well, last week we had a weekly key reversal up in Bitcoin, and not a moment too soon. You may remember from last week how I highlighted Bitcoin at this same time and said then how Monday last week saw a fall and close below the hugely important long moving average, currently 31,825. This was the first close below the long moving average since May 2020. Quite a long time in the life of this coin. Then Tuesday last week saw a second consecutive close below the long moving average. This can be seen by some technicians as a clear bearish signal. Then last Wednesday came and we saw a recovery back up over the long moving average, and not a moment too soon. I nevertheless cautioned all to keep a wary eye on it just in case. Well, since then prices have rallied such that last week became a weekly key reversal up, and this week has carried on higher still. A possible disaster for the bulls out there seemingly averted at the last moment. For your guidance, Ethereum last week was already well below its long moving average and only managed a lesser outside week last week. Finally, I'd like to reprise the very first piece of my commentary from last week. I'd said I would update you all on the energy sector, as we'd had two interesting patterns, technical patterns. They're one fully developed and one still developing last week and coming into fruition this week. Now, as many of you will know, I normally concentrate on ICE Brent crude oil and ICE gas oil futures. So I'll start here with Brent crude oil, then gas oil, then cover NYMEX, WTI crude oil, heating oil and finally RBOB. You might want to get a piece of paper handy to take a note of some of the specific numbers I'll be giving. Okay, let's start with Brent crude oil. There are, as I mentioned, two patterns here. The developed one is one I highlighted late 2 weeks ago, and which came about somewhat violently on Monday last week. It is a diamond top. A small but pretty good one. Those who listen and watch my daily energy videos will know that a target X for this pattern has already been achieved. However, because of the huge move lower last Monday and the subsequent recovery back up, and also with still this current week to go, the market is now set for a possible monthly key reversal. If we close on Friday night, the 30th of July, either over 75.15 or under 69.32, then we'd be on. Anything else will be a lesser outside month. As of the close of last night, we're still looking at an outside month right now, but watch this space. We're very close to making it a weekly key reversal up. That is why the close on the night of the 30th of July is so important. Likewise for gas oil. Those who follow my daily energy videos will know that a similar target X for the diamond pattern has already been achieved. Here again, because of the huge move lower and then back up again last week, plus with just this week to go until the end of July, the market is still on here for a possible monthly key reversal, much as in Brent. If we close on Friday night the 30th of July either over 597 even or under 567 even, then we'd be on. Currently at last night's close, we're on for a monthly key reversal up, if only just. Now, though I do not look that much at NYMEX WTI crude oil futures or the RBOB gasoline futures contract, I did make a special effort to do so, and there were similar diamond patterns present and possibly monthly key reversals. In WTI crude oil, if we close on the 30th of July either over 73.5 or under 66.30, then we'd also be on for a monthly key reversal. At this time, we're only looking at a lesser outside month for WTI. In RBOB, if we close on the 30th of July over 224.45 or under 214 even, then we'd also be on for a monthly key reversal. At this time, we're looking most definitely at a monthly key reversal up for RBOB right now. Finally, heating oil. Interestingly, the heating oil contract has an imperfect diamond top, and when I've looked at it, I tried to optimize it a bit. I'm free to listen to other interpretations if anyone wishes to make one. However, if we close on the 30th of July over 213 even or under 204.40, then we'd also be on for a monthly key reversal. At this time, we're looking at a monthly key reversal up for heating oil right now, but it's closer to a lesser outside month than I would care to see. So please remember, in the energy futures we still have only a few days of this week and month to go, and these are all long-term technical patterns I've discussed. And with that, I'll conclude for this week, and I'm happy to share my videos, various charts, and answer any questions with anyone who's interested. And with that, I'll finish this section from London. I hope you found these comments useful.